So this was a video I was not expecting to make at 11 o'clock at night, but here we are. So it means that the jail saga for Daniel Larson appears to have come to an end. Now, I should go over just some of the specifics about this. First of all, the actual wiki just has that he has been released from custody. So Daniel was released from jail on March 1st following a court hearing, and he was sentenced to 1 year of probation. Now, considering this is not the first of probations that Daniel Larson has been on, and we'll get to a little bit more about the consequences of this in a second, we also need to bear in mind that, well, the only thing that I could suggest might happen after, well, we'll just go into that a little bit more now. So I was on the subreddit as well for like further details, and one thing I need to I'm not entirely sure if this is 100% true, but apparently the Federal Bureau of Investigation is still investigating Daniel Larson for federal charges. So in many respects, Daniel Larson's crimes and his past finally catching up with him. But again, for reasons we'll get into, he literally made an entirely new TikTok account and a new YouTube account, and apparently claims that he was touched while he was in jail, and apparently he now knows how to fight. So I wouldn't be shocked one bit if less than a month Daniel manages to get in trouble again and immediately. However, with that being said, apparently for reasons I'm not entirely certain about, Bob is somehow still back on Daniel's side. So Bob must be a better man than all of us, but unfortunately I don't really think if Daniel gets in trouble again, I can't really see Bob willing to stand by Daniel after this. Because if this was my son, for example, Danny would probably be out on his arse and completely on his own. And unfortunately, do you think Daniel has the capability of making it completely on his own with his reputation? Absolutely no way. So they were going through his phone due to his terror threats and possible other crimes, which, yes, absolutely. Because one of the things that certainly it's one of the things that in the UK, the police can have the ability to download a person's phone, which could mean contacts, internet searches, photos from as far back as at least 2018, because it's all as a result of evidence. And probably something that's going to help the FBI or for those specific to the state of Colorado is the fact that there's plenty of evidence about Daniel committing crimes that possibly, well, not only do cross state borders, but it's something that, again, they'll have to keep in touch on about Daniel's scathing behavior and list of offenses, from dine and dashing to sleeping in casino bathrooms in Vegas to all sorts of crazy stunts that Daniel's done, which also include, but not particular to, pulling fire alarms in restaurants, and all of his goodness other threats that he's done over the years. There's honestly, there's almost too many to count. But again, whether you want to say the wiki for the Daniel Larson wiki is a reliable source, I'm not entirely sure. The FBI is going to need harder evidence than that. Now, I suppose for what they are worth, we may as well end this video by also explaining just a couple more technicalities about the law, and that specifically, as said before, Daniel Larson's sentence was 1 year of probation, and in the state of Colorado, it means the following. Probation is a sentencing option imposed instead of a sentence to the Colorado Department of Corrections for adults or commitment to the Division of Youth Corrections for juveniles. Parole is a conditional release for the secure custody provided by either of these state departments. I take these sources from the Colorado Judicial Branch website, and, well, that's more or less it. Daniel is a free man for now, again. But unfortunately, your guess is as good as mine as to if Daniel is somehow is back in jail before the month of March is over, I won't be surprised. But if Daniel is out of jail and he never goes back, I will be actually really, really proud of him. But unfortunately, I don't really think he has that sort of capability anymore. I don't really think great things about Daniel Larson anymore anyway. I think he is pretty loathsome because I know more about him than I wish I had or do. But yeah, that's basically the end of the story. So I hope you guys have learned something about this, and I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care and good night. Stay in school, ladies and gentlemen, and stay out of trouble.